Voice quality. In the next chapter, we'll be working on a sound that's produced deep in the throat, the American R. In Chapter 3, we studied two tense vowels, a and ah, and the completely neutral schwa, The ah sound has a tendency to sound a little nasal all on its own, eh. And when other vowels are nasalized as well, it puts your whole voice in the wrong place. This is an opportune moment, then, to go into the quality of your voice. In my observation, when people speak a foreign language, they tense up their throat so their whole communication style sounds forced, pinched, strained, artificial, or nasal. The foreign speaker's voice is also generally higher pitched than would be considered desirable. To practice the difference between high pitch and lower pitch, work on uh-oh. In addition to pitch, this exercise will let you discover the difference between a tinny nasal sound and a deep, rich, mellifluous basso profundo tone. The tilde is used to indicate a nasal sound. Exercise 5:15. Shifting your voice position. Pinch your nose closed and say, eh. You should feel a high vibration in your nasal passages as well as in your fingers. Now, continue holding your nose and completely relax your throat. Allow an ah sound to flow from deep in your chest. Ah. There should be no vibration in your nose at all. Go back and forth several times. Ah. Ah. Next, we practice flowing from one position to the other so that you can feel exactly when it changes from a nasal sound to a deep, rich schwa. Remember how it was imitating a man's voice when you were little? Do that, pinch your nose, and repeat after me. Here we'll practice the same progression, but we'll stick with the same sound, ah. As you'll see in Chapter 12, there are three nasal consonants, M, N, and NG. These have non-nasal counterparts, M, B, N, D, N, G. We're going to practice totally denasalizing your voice for a moment, which means turning the nasals into the other consonants. We'll read the same sentence 3 times. The first will be quite nasal. The second will sound like you have a cold. The third will have appropriate nasal consonants but denasalized vowels. Repeat after me.
Mary might need money.
Barry might need buddy. Mary might need money. Now that you've moved your voice out of your nose and down into your diaphragm, let's apply it. A lot of long, hot walks in the garden. John was not sorry when the boss called off the walks in the garden. Obviously, to him, it was awfully hot, and the walks were far too long. He had not thought that walking would have caught on the way it did, and he fought the policy from the onset. Chapter 6. The American R. American English today, although continually changing, is made up of the sounds of the various people who've come to settle here from many countries. All of them have put in their linguistic 2 cents, the end result being that the easiest way to pronounce things has almost always been adopted as the most American. R is an exception, along with L and the sounds of A and th, and is one of the most troublesome sounds for people to acquire. Not only is it difficult for adults learning the language, but also for American children, who pronounce it like a W, or skip over it altogether and only pick it up after they've learned all the other sounds. Exercise 6-1. R location practice. Repeat after me. G, grr, Greek, green, grass, grow, crow, core, cork, coral, cur, curl, girl, gorilla, her, erg, error, mirror, whir, war, gore, wrong, ringer, church, pearl. While you're perfecting your R, you might want to rush to it, and in doing so neglect the preceding vowel. There are certain vowels that you can neglect, but there are others that demand their full sound. We're going to practice the ones that require you to keep that clear sound before you add an R. Exercise 6-2. Double vowel sounds with R. Refer to the subsequent lists of sounds and words as you work through each of the directions that follow them. Repeat each sound, first the vowel and then the and each word in columns 1 to 3. We'll read all the way across. Ah, ha, erd, hard. E, he, here. She, share. O, mo, more. Were. We'll next read column 3 only. Try to keep that doubled sound, but let the vowels flow smoothly into the Imagine a double stair step that cannot be avoided. Don't make them too staccato sounds, though, like ha-erd. Instead, follow them smoothly over the double stair step. Hard. Ready? Hard. Here. Share. More. Were. Of course, they're not that long. This is an exaggeration, and you're going to shorten them up once you get better at that sound. When you say the first one, hard, to get your jaw open for the ha, imagine that you're getting ready to bite into an apple. Ha. Then for the sound, you'd bite into it. Hard. Hard. Pause the CD to practice 5 times on your own. Exercise 6-3. How to pronounce troublesome R's. The following 7 R sounds, which are represented by the 10 words, give people a lot of trouble, so we're going to work with them and make them easy for you. 1. Whir. 2. Word. 3. Whirl. 4. World. 5. War. 6. Whorl. 7. Where. The following words are typical in that they're spelled one way and pronounced in another way. The R combination frequently sounds like as in embarrass. This sound is particularly clear on the West Coast. On the East Coast you may hear embarrass. The following words are typical in that they're spelled one way and pronounced in another way. The R combination frequently sounds like as in embarrass. This sound is particularly clear on the West Coast. On the East Coast you may hear embarrass. Exercise 6-5. R combinations. Don't think about spelling here. Just pronounce each column of words as the heading indicates. Earn, hurt, heard, pert, word, a word, work, first, firm, rather, murky, spur, sure, churn, gird, cur, curdle, dirt, stir, sir, burn, art, heart, hard, part, far, farm, cathartic, mar, spar, sharp, char, guard, car, tar, dark, star, sorry, barn, air, hair, haired, pair, wear, aware, where, fair, fairy, there, mare, spare, share, chair, scared, care, tear, dare, stare, Sarah, bear, or, horse, hoard, pour, war, award, warm, for, form, Thor, more, sport, shore, chore, gourd, core, tore, door, store, sore, born. Ear, hear, hears, peer, weir, a weird, weird, fear, fierce, theory, mirror, spear, sheer, cheer, geared, keer, tear, dear, steer, sear, beer, hour, hour, power, flower, 11th hour, shower, chowder, gower, cower, tower, dower, sour, bower. Exercise 6-6, the mirror store. Repeat after me. The Hurly-Burly Mirror Store at Vermont and Beverly featured hundreds of first-rate mirrors. There were several mirrors on the chest of drawers, and the largest one was turned toward the door in order to make the room look bigger. One of the girls who worked there was concerned that a bird might get hurt by hurtling into its own reflection. She learned by trial and error how to preserve both the mirrors and the birds. Her earnings were proportionately increased at the mirror store to reflect her contribution to the greater good. Pause the CD to practice reading out loud 3 times on your own. Exercise 6-7, finding the R sound. Pause the CD and go through our familiar paragraph and find all the R sounds. The first one is marked for you. Check your answers with the answer key beginning on page 193.